Out a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. From the gun, Lester. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Back to throw. Lester. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for the Raiders. 52 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one good for 14 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll run it now out of the gun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. Looking to throw. Lester. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Watch him now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun. 42's the mic.
Operating from the gun. Lester. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. From the gun, Lester. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on third down plays, but when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
A first down carry for Smith, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10, and the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long.
Detroit!
They go play action now. Jackson. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. He juked him. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Jackson on 2nd down. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But
no, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 3rd down, Lester. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Check 27. Eyes on 27.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd and 2, Lester. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson staying on his feet. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Jackson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Here's Jackson, throwing on 3rd and long. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lester finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A good pickup there, a 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
And the Raiders have got him. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Operating from the gun. Lester, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, Lester. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Raiders on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit! Detroit!
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. Throwing left side, it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
He's going to let this go. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They give him a gain of 38. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Jackson now. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing is Jackson. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Seth DeValve, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 21-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
We'll see what they have up their sleeve. On first down, Lester. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
Off the play fake. Lester, he'll buy some time right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Off play action. Lester. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Smith. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Watch you now, Barney.
A handoff to Smith. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Back to throw. Lester. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
From the gun on 3rd down. Lester. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw. Lester, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But thankfully, this is corralled by the offense, so they will, in fact, hold on to the football. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Play action. Now Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Lester, he's going to air one out. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Smith trying to run for it. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Back now in Mexico City. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Leopard! Leopard! 4 down, 4 down. No, check, Patriots!
He'll get it up the middle. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be third and goal now.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
To throw is Jackson. To throw on second down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a man, complete. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Detroit!
They go play action with Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now Jackson off the play fake, rolling to his right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. Airing it out deep for Woods. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people are thinking about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Jackson, and just as you called it after the earlier sack, they set up the screen. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Defensively, looks like they were thinking the same thing you were. You mentioned maybe being able to hit them with some screens, but they were ready.
Yeah, it's not just the guys who have the headsets on offense that do the thinking, right? They saw, they understood what they did, and said, you know something, how would you try to play it against us? And they were ready for it.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run with Breida. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now back out comes the offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st and 10, Lester, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. Breaks a tackle. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they will stop him short of the marker. Now, there is a flag here, but if this is on the offense, and I think it is, they'll obviously decline it. On first down, Lester. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Operating from the gun, Lester. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
A very solid gain of 27. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
A good pickup there, a 22. Throwing on first down, Lester. And it's caught. Touchdown. In for the score. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Detroit! Detroit!
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. It got his man complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning wide.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he rifles one incomplete. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1. We want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable that they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to play.
And the Raiders have got him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Gun!
Off the play fake, Lester. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter